What's up, party people? It's your boy Bear here, hanging out with Robot.
Yo.
So yeah, I've been gone for a long time. School tends to do that. I am a full-time student, so projects just got pretty intense and had to take a break. But we, or at least I don't know, had a memory that I had to satiate. The demo disc that I bought with my grandmother when I was 11, a long time ago, at a Target, at a time far away. Back when PlayStation Underground used to be a thing, and I bought the PlayStation Underground Jampack Summer of '99 demo disc at Target, after being convinced by my grandmother to not buy a Game.com. Thank you, Grandma. Rest in power. You saved me from that hilarious scenario. But this demo disc introduced me to what became some of my favorite games ever. Ape Escape. If you've watched the Ape Escape videos, which I've never finished, sorry about that. But I talked about this demo disc actually and how the time station is different. So Robot and I are actually going to go through this demo disc and play through some of these demos and just kind of reminisce what they were. You know, like I said, this thing introduced me to Ape Escape. It introduced me to Bloody Roar 2. Introduced me to Ridge Racer, which now I'm an rabid fan for most of their games. Some of them are trash, don't get me wrong, I'm not that blinded. But no, they really had some good ones when this one had R4. So
it also has Xena. Not great.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna play that. But yeah, let's get into it.
What was the name of it? Budget Bakugan? Or Budget Beyblade? Gangway Monsters.
Budget Beyblade. I don't think Beyblade was even out when that game was. I certainly didn't know of Beyblade in '99.
No, I think that one did last a while, because Beedemon was the one that was around forever that we didn't know about, because it started off as a Bomberman offshoot. And then we got it when it was a real thing.
I didn't know about that.
I would have rather had it as Bomberman. No, the first time I ever saw that was in a Tips and Tricks magazine. They had a little Bomberman marble shooter, and that's what they called it. And I love those stupid marble shooters. I had a Ninja Turtle one when I was younger. And, 20-some years later, I fucking found one on eBay. And it sits on my shelf with the Godzilla one.
Nice. Alright, so yeah, the jamming music. These discs, these demo discs aren't a thing anymore. Sorry, I can't English right now. But
we've been drinking.
Yes. So yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff. WCW isn't even a thing anymore, and they have behind the scenes with the developers. Maybe we should take a look at that. Maybe not. I don't know. There might be copyright involved. So. Download, so you can download codes, or basically what it was just
saves.
It was a good save on here. So this one has download saves for
Guilty Gear and Darkstalkers to unlock all the characters.
Yeah.
Which we all know that can be a pain in the ass.
We'll definitely check this. You know what? Let's just fucking check it out right now. We're right here. So I love my Pocket Station. I played the Final Fantasy VIII Chocobo World on it.
My name is Robert Johnson. I am the Associate Marketing Manager here at Capcom Entertainment, and I'm here to show you today the Pocket Alpha 3
the quality in this video.
for the
Right?
Sony Pocket Station. I'm going to show you how the
that was slightly ironic, but honestly, for a PS1...
Basically, what the PDA does is it is a little mini memory card peripheral that plugs right into your PlayStation and allows you to download the characters.
No, that Street Fighter one's really fun. Their biggest problem was the memory on that thing.
In order to
doing one of those little mini games at a time, it's
and then once you
it's
have
all the space. It was the same issue with the VMU.
Yeah.
In order to play those edited characters. Another cool feature about Pocket Alpha 3 is that you can fight against your friends. Just take it around, point it at your friends, and use the infrared communication device at the top here to play against your friends anywhere.
Not currently. Not ever, you cheap bastards.
Right? Alright, we'll definitely play that soon. But let's get into these. I'll start off. Is there any demo that you're itching to play?
No, go ahead.
You're playing Xena. I'm telling you that right now. But I will play Ape Escape because I really like. So I actually ordered this disc. This isn't the same disc from Grandma. Unfortunately, I let that go many years ago. But I found a disc that, oddly enough, looks like at least the quality in which I let it go in. So it would be so crazy if this is actually the same one, because especially since it has a crack in the case that I remember mine having. It would be so weird.
I've had stuff come back to me before. Seriously, at the fucking game store, there was stuff I know I rented. Like, it had a King Super sticker, and I was like, I know that one. I know that fucking cart. I know I played that when I was like 5, or, I was older than that, but since I'm old. So yeah, you'll have to point out to me what's different on this one.
That's what I'm watching. I don't remember this whole intro being a part of it, so I'm paying attention to see if there are differences. Sound effects are different. That Jake scene was like that was different. That's the same.
I think the biggest thing.
Oh, there was a sound on and there's a sound missing from the retail. In the retail
really?
version, there's a sound after you hit it.
That makes sense. I feel like this is kind of when they finally just gave up and started using anime characters in games. They're like, I don't feel like reskinning this. Fuck it. Like, you Americans love anime enough now. Deal with it.
And then he usually says, "I'm going for it!" right there. So they at least had finalized voices there. Oh! It's still the Japanese voice! That's why. Now I remember, I was actually thrown off. I was thrown off when I played the American version because the original release of the game, his voice is so much deeper. He sounds like a legit teenager.
Like, hey, I caught this ape.
Yeah, like puberty was brand new to him type teenager. Not crackly voice.
God, my nephew's been staying with his dad for a few weeks, and I'm afraid he's gonna come home like that. Like, hey, Robert, and I'm gonna be like,
You did great. There, I put it in for you. Natalie. Yes, so this is the time stage. This is what I have been waiting for.
okay, so how is this different? Like, what was the...
So, I apologize, viewers. I've been lazy on figuring out Premiere, so I'm not going to be editing in a scene of the other game in here for you. But you can watch my early videos of Ape Escape and see the difference for yourself. There you go. Shameless plug. Oh yeah, I forgot when you use this.
Damn, check it out.
Alright. The song's the same. But yeah, so in the retail game, this time portal here is not in its own room. It's a giant computer screen, and if I go to the right, it's the arcade games. If I go to the left, it's the training level. And then on the opposite side of the wall is the saving.
So that seems largely the same. So that's what that...
Well, but it wasn't a separate room.
Okay.
The only thing that turned into a separate room was the training room and the mini games.
Okay.
But the time station and the saving spot were in one room.
Okay.
So this is what the retail game has.
Okay.
This is what the retail game looks like. So this is where, or at least in the angle in which it puts you out, this is where the time station button would be.
Okay.
And then when you turn around, would be the save icon. So we still have the training room. I've got my training rooms mixed up. I don't remember what I said last time. Anyway, training room to the left here. In the retail version, all of these are covered with glass.
Do you have to unlock them? Or you just the design is different?
The design is different. So, like, the layout's mostly the same, but only back here in the retail version is there water.
Okay.
In the retail version, all of these spots are covered in glass. So you can't jump down there. Let's see. So it looks like I have the RC car and the high flyer available. We'll continue with progression. I don't think I can enter here. Yeah. So you can enter the arcade. To the title screen? Oh, it sure does. Alright. Move on to stage 2. I kind of miss this separate time room. Like, it's just so cool.
It is pretty cool. I wonder if it's one of those that just got cut for space kind of things.
Probably. Like, I mean, it's tiny by today's standards, but like, I had a new gadget. And it'd be a sound effect there when the thing would pop up. They'd normally be talking. But yeah, like these were 700 megabyte CDs. Like, that's tiny by today's today's standards, but that was a lot back in like 94.
Yeah.
And to think that in 97, Final Fantasy, or 96 in Japan, but that Final Fantasy 7 took 3 of these. You know,
all that good old FMV taking up disk space.
Yeah.
You know, since I was playing 8 again, like, it's funny, I don't know, I didn't care about it that much in the PS1 era, like, even though I should have. But, I appreciate it more from a technical standpoint than anything else. Like, watching how that game transitions from cutscene to... I'm like, damn, Namura was a good fucking director on the PS1, goddammit.
But he didn't direct those.
I guess that was key to say, but
He was just
character.
He was just the art. Yeah, he was just the art guy. I mean, not to diminish his input. With 8, he did have a lot of input in, as his growing influence in the original 7. So he wasn't just picked out of nowhere. He has legit chops behind these games. I'm not
his colored pencil drawings make up for anything.
And not just that, but like he actually had legit story input. I'm not diminishing his role in 7 or 8. But I'm just saying.
It wasn't fully on him.
It wasn't fully on him, which is why it might have turned out a little better than some of his projects. Sorry, I'm still going to throw you under the bus.
I mean, he directed Advent Children. That was pretty. Look, above anything else, if all it has, it's pretty.
I love Evan Children, don't get me wrong. I refuse, and I reject the Blu-ray release. Refuse, reject. I saw it on sale once, and I paid more for the DVD version. You can't fuck with Uematsu's music. I'm sorry. The original score from the DVD, the theatrical release, was perfect. And then in the fucking Blu-ray release, they fucking remix all his shit? Fuck you guys on that. No. I refuse. I refuse. I reject that version. I understand there's additional scenes.
Hey, wait, that's not entirely fair, though. You liked 7 Remake. That was all remixes.
Yes, but they actually did a good job with that. You could tell the people remixing Remake 7's music legitimately loved the source material. They believed in this project. Advent Children remix, like they were cashing in on something. I don't know what it was, but they were cashing in on something.
Make that money.
And I can't with the Blu-ray release. Fuck all of it. Also, to get back to this demo, this is the first time that I realized that you can click in the analog sticks and not break it, because I thought I was breaking the controller. Because when I first got my PlayStation, I got it in 98 when I first got my PlayStation. And it came with the DualShock controller.
Okay.
Maybe it was like 98 going on 99. Anyway, it was the brand new like DualShock edition PlayStation that came with it. And my first game that I had with it was Spyro. And it didn't use L3 or R3 for anything. So I accidentally clicked in on it once and I thought I broke it, you know. And then when the game was like, no, when I played this demo disc, this exact demo disc, where it's like, no, fucking click the button in, or click the analog sticks in, I was like, that's a thing? I was so amazed. I was so amazed because I remember the 64 not being able to do that. And I really wanted a 64. To be honest, I had never heard of a PlayStation when my parents bought this for me.
You got the better thing.
I got the better thing. Not to diminish the 64. It's got its
I'll
gems.
diminish the 64.
You do it. I'm not facing that age anymore.
Look, man, no, anything not by Nintendo aside from like 4 games is like decent on that system. It's like, I'm sorry, it's ugly, it's fucking grainy, like, what? They chose the wrong fucking horse. Or not grainy, blurry. I guess that's the opposite.
Yeah, they chose the wrong... They chose the wrong medium is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
The 64, I think, if they had went with CDs, Square wouldn't have felt the need to leave them.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and Final Fantasy VII would have come out on 3 discs on the Ultra 64 or whatever it would have been called.
I don't think Nintendo believed that CG would be a thing like it was.
They were using it everywhere. They believed it.
In what though?
At least in all the marketing.
I mean, in cutscenes, like for game, because that's what took up the space on these discs. That's what made its difference.
I mean, that's true. But they should have like how close Square and Nintendo were then. Like, you have to feel that Square would have been like, hey, so this is what we could do if we had more space.
True. I feel though at the end of the day, like, it was also kind of a fuck you to Nintendo. Like, yeah, we stuck with you because we kind of had to. You were the biggest game in town, but now we can do what we want, so 5 dicks. And Nintendo's like, you know what? Shit. And then
I guess
64 happened.
I guess you could say that. I guess maybe they saw the power dynamic change.
Yeah. No, actually, I was reading, someone was talking about that, because they were talking about the Microsoft thing, and, oh, Microsoft doesn't have anything, so they just buy up developers. And dude was talking about, he was like, that's all Sony did in the PS1 and PS2 era. They were like, that was the first time a big company threw their money behind gaming, and it's like, no, we can do this, eat shit. And they did.
Yeah.
They were like, no, we don't have these restrictive fucking rules, we don't have this, like...
Oh, come on, man.
You can print your games cheap on a cheap medium.
Like, that they half-owned themselves, so
yeah, exactly.
That was an advantage. I think Panasonic was the other in the CD. I mean, like, yeah, like, a lot of people, like, think, like, of, like, a lot of Sony's first-party developers have being built from the ground up from Sony. I mean, they just recently bought Insomniac. Like, that was only, like, maybe, 2 years ago, at least?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And that's
you know,
one of their biggest things for
I mean, they bought
20 years.
Yeah, they bought Naughty Dog, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. Like, these were just essentially second-party companies that just, you know, kind of like how Rare was for Nintendo. They just kind of stuck with them, you know, and had a close partnership, but they weren't owned by them. And so Sony right now is closing, or at least heavily reducing the influence of their homegrown developers. Like, if I ever thought at one point there would be a chance for a Legend of Dragoon remake, that's gone now that they've basically gutted the Japan studio.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was hired level 5 to do it.
Level 5 is facing their own issues right now.
Yeah. I feel bad. I think they trusted Yokai Watch too much or something. Like,
They leaned too hard on it.
and it was good. It was like, actually, I think the problem was it didn't take off in America, which sucks because it's fun. Like, we tried to describe it to customers as ghetto Pokemon, and they instantly were like turned off by that. And we're like, no, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's Pokemon but more real.
Alright, so now we gotta go do the gadgets. Yes, sounds like it's
That sounds better than my PS4. So speaking of gadgets, I was like talking with my roommate the other day and dying on this hill about Inspector Gadget being a French cartoon, and apparently I was wrong. Not that anyone cares, but I seriously could have swore on my life that I had read fucking somewhere that was a goddamn French-made cartoon.
Nope. One of those weird, not anime, but American animes.
Yeah, well, I knew that. I knew a Japanese studio had worked on it, but I seriously just straight up thought that, like, it was a French studio. I don't know why the shit I thought this, but...
Maybe it has some great animation.
I don't know, disparage the French. Honestly, what has France contributed to animation? I don't honestly know.
I don't know its name, but there's this really cool, like, biking movie. Like, this guy, like, all he can see is biking, and his grandmother has to, like, take care of him because all he does is practice for biking, and he ends up getting sucked into this, like weird, like, underground, like, biking thing. And the grandmother, this little old lady, has to come save her grandson. It was so cute.
Triplets of Bellevue was French. I thought so. I only like that because it's got that good song in it.
And that was that, guys. Those are the rooms.
And random ranting.
Random ranting. Well, you know, that's what I love. So, yeah, this concludes.
That was Ape Escape.
That was right. Demo Ape Escape. I gotta change the name of the video. Just realized how long that was. But you know, to be fair, like, we ranted for good, like, I don't know,
5
15
minutes.
minutes. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for chilling and listening to us rant. I don't even remember what we ranted about.
Yeah. Feel free to point out any differences we missed.
Yeah, yes. If there were any other differences that I missed in this demo, please let me know, because I feel like I hit them all. I mean, I love Ape Escape, so I feel like I know it pretty well, but I could always be wrong. You never know. Thanks, party people, and we will catch you on the, what is it gonna do next one?
Handstand, yay. Damn, I wish I could do a one-handed handstand, right? reason, I wish I could just do a handstand in general.
Right.
I mean, I probably could leaning against a wall, but it's kind of cheating.
You know what? You gotta do it how you can do it. Alright, people. See how the